Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you my first tech video, and it's going to be an unboxing and review and test of a wireless microphone system. So I want to show it to you first on Amazon. This is the system we're going to be reviewing today. It's from the brand Tonor, and it is a cheap wireless system, but I think it does its job pretty well. It costs only like $40 plus taxes, so it's a good price. I have been using it for a while, so the unboxing is going to be an unboxing because I already unboxed it a few weeks ago. So I'm going to be sharing to you my experience using this product for a few weeks. So bottom line, do I recommend it? Yes, if it works for the purpose you want to use it, because it does have a couple of limitations and caveats. Has any product in this price range. Don't wait to have a perfect product with a perfect sound, the perfect advantages regarding distance and transmission of signal by paying $40. If you go to a very high level wireless microphone system from Shure or from Sennheiser, you'll have to pay hundreds of dollars, probably 10 times this amount. So keep that in mind. This is a very budget-friendly microphone, but still has a couple of things to offer. So this is the price. I bought it for myself a little lower than this, probably $36, $35. So it moves around that price. Let's see some of the pictures. It says it reaches 200 feet. We're going to test that today outside. That is something that I have definitely not tested yet. It comes with a mini XLR jack, which is a kind of more professional jack. This type of jack has the advantage that the 3 pins go into the female plug at the same time, so you don't have the and all that kind of sound that the TRS or the TRS cable has, because all the contacts are in the same surface, and when it's going inside the plug, the first contact is touching the first female contact inside, so that's why you get that type of noise when the male is getting into the socket, or the female socket. But the mini XLR, the 3 of them are entering the same time, so they never touch each other's female contact, and that's a good thing of this plug on over the TRS connector. So it's designed for churches, classrooms, conferences, theaters, environments like that, in which you are kind of close to the receiver, and it's not designed to go through walls. That's the biggest caveat. It doesn't have the AA batteries included. I already have those. But it has a couple of features. This is also one of the uses, directly to a mixer, because the output of the receiver is a 1/4-inch instrument connector or plug, so it's not designed to use with smartphones. I'm going to be doing the testing outside in a while with my smartphone, with my cell phone, but I will show you all I have to do in order to accomplish that. I will have to use an adapter. I think I have it somewhere around here. Here it is. Is this adapter that turns the 1/4-inch instrument into a TRS male plug, and then I will have to connect here a wire converting this to my iPhone's lighting port. So you'll have to use these 2 things, and on top of that, as you can see, this doesn't have any support mechanism because it's not designed to go with the phone. So I will have to tape it to my tripod in order to keep it in place. And I will show you all that in a minute. So that is how we're going to do it. So let's go then to the to do the actual unboxing. So this is the box it came with. Apparently the box is kind of a recycled material. So if you are in all that the taking care of the environment thing, but that's a plus. It says here 2 years warranty. That's kind of good for such a cheap product. And the box says that it's the same one, apparently the same box for these two models. The one we have is this one, the 629, TW621 Tonor. It says professional wireless microphone. That's all advertiser. This is not a professional product at all. Although, again, it works pretty good, as you're going to see in a while. So this is what you're going to be, oh, too much light there. Let me fix that in a minute. There you go. This is what you get on this side. This is what you get on this side. This is what you get on this side. A lot of information there. Not the big deal on the back. More instructions and information. This is a little grease. I have had this box for a while, as you can see. And this is the front. So let's open the box. Again, remember, I already unboxed this a while ago. Okay, I need to adjust lighting again. There you go. Not that much. I'm using my another cell phone has a secondary camera, so be kind to me. This is what comes in the box. Again, all this comes perfectly protected in plastic bags, but I already unboxed it a few weeks ago, so appreciate that I put it back together in the box. That I remember to put it back together. So in this compartment here, we have the Lavalier microphone, which we're going to test in a while. It's kind of a big microphone, considering the sizes of another microphones. I don't have anyone here to compare to, but if you can see the size of my thumb, it's kind of the more thick, or the same size as my thumb, and I have big hands, so it's a big lav microphone. It has a good size cable. I think it should be like maybe 2.5, 3 feet. It's more than 1 meter, so it should be probably more than 3 feet. It's a nice long cable. This is the mini XLR connector I just mentioned to you. Let me refocus for a second. There you go. Give me a second. Okay. So there you go. This is the mini XLR cable. You see, it's very, I would say it's good for the price, and it has a lock mechanism here, so you cannot unplug it once you put it in the receiver. So the other thing we have here is the body pack transmitter, and it feels pretty solid. It's plastic, but it doesn't feel like it's bad construction. I already put a couple of batteries inside, so it's AA batteries. By the way, in case you don't know, look at that. This is very high capacity AA batteries, and it is, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can read that, but this is lithium rechargeable batteries, lithium ion rechargeable batteries. So this lasts much more longer, and they have more battery life. I mean, in terms that you can recharge them more times. So I always look for lithium batteries when I'm going to buy any type of batteries. I have bought triple A's, double A's like this, C batteries, D batteries. There are all types, and there are even I have bought some of these batteries that they even come with a USB-C port, so you can charge them directly with your cell phone charger or any type of USB-C charger. So yeah, that's a plus for today's video. So anyways, this is the body pack transmitter. Here you power turn it on and off, and also the mute button. For off and on, you got to long press it. For the mute, only a short press. Let me show you. Long press, turns on. You see the light here is green. That means it's on and working. If you do a quick press, it goes red because now it's muted. You quick press again, is unmuted, and if you do another long press, it goes off. So that's how it works. This volume here is to control the gain of the transmitter. It has a pretty big, let me turn it on again, a pretty big gain range. It goes from, I think, if I remember, up to 40 decibels, if you can see it there, 40, and you can go down. So I'm going to test first the lapel microphone, so that is farther from your mouth. So let's put it on 20, on half of the gain, and see how it goes from there. So let's turn this off from now. So the other things we have here in the box is the receiver. Here is just USB-C cable, USB-A to USB-C cable for charging this, because this is rechargeable through USB-C. It has a lithium battery inside. I think it's 1600 milliamps. So according to the owner's manual on some available information online, it says that it has 1500 milliamps and it should last between 6 and 8 hours for every charge. I can say if that's true or not. I haven't tested that far. Just in case, every time I use it, I just charge it 100% again, and I have never had a problem with that so far. So I couldn't tell if it is true or not. But again, I have never had a problem with this. It has never gone off while I'm using it, and I have never used it for longer than 2 hours per charge. But again, it does the job pretty well in that regard. So this is the receiver, the charger. There is another cable there. Mine came by mistake, I guess, with 2 cables, but you only should have received one because the body pack doesn't use USB-C cable, so you should only get one. So this is the receiver. It has only power button to put it on and off. It has a couple of LED to show you when it is charging, when it's not, and the RF LED there. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see it better here. Nope. Anyway, there it says RF, radio frequency. Something I really don't like about the design of this is that, and you will see that in a minute, when you are connected and it's receiving signal, it is bold. But when you start speaking and there is audio actually going, it goes off. So I think that is confusing. It should be the other way around. When you are speaking, it should flash like signal is going in or through it, and when you're stop speaking, it should be off. But the way it works, and you will see that, is that it is always on, bold, light on the LED, and when you speak, it goes off as you speak, on, off and on, off and on. So that's, for me, is kind of confusing. And this is only a power LED signal and also a charging signal at the same time. You just hold it to power on, you just long press it, there you go. You see the LED is off because there is no signal connected. In order to power off, long press it again. So I'm going to connect it to my mixer here. I'm going to turn it on first. There you go. Let me show you here first one thing. I'm going to put the Lavalier microphone around the middle of my chest, which is kind of a good place to put it, you know, like a fist away from my shin. I'm going to connect the microphone here, and we're going to turn it on. Now I want you to see how, without doing anything, just by turning on the transmitter, the radio frequency LED will go on. You see? Instantaneously. They link very fast. Now, as you can see, when I speak, the LED blinks. So if I mute the microphone, it will stay all the time, on all the time. So that means it's connected, there is connection between them, but there is no transmission of sound, of signal. So the moment I disconnect the body, I unmute, sorry, the body pack transmitter, it will start blink. The moment I start speaking, it starts blink. So that's what I don't like. It's kind of confusing. When I'm not talking, it should be off. And when I start talking, it should start blinking. But again, it's just a design thing that I really don't like. And it's kind of confusing. So as you can see, it's working. So I'm going to mute it so I can connect it to my mixer. Now I am going to turn on the gain to about 50%, and I am going to let me change cameras. I am going to turn down my main microphone, which is a condenser microphone, and I'm going to turn up the lavalier microphone so you can see the difference. So first of all, this is the Maono condenser microphone, my main microphone, which I usually use. This is how it sounds. 1, 2, 3 testing, 1, 2, 3 testing. This is how it sounds. Now I switch to the Tonor wireless microphone. Sorry, you didn't hear me for a second because this was muted. So sorry. So again, let's do it again. You're now listening to me through the Maono main condenser microphone I'm using here. So I'm going to lower to zero the volume of the Maono and then switch drastically to the Tonor wireless microphone. And this is how it sounds. For what I can see, it sounds much more lower than the Maono. So let's raise the gain here to around 30 decibels. I would say that this is a good volume of sound. According to what I can see on OBS, on my screen, and on my mixer indicators, this should be a very good volume. So Tonor wireless system TW621. This is how it sounds with the Lavalier microphone. 1, 2, 3 testing. 1, 2, 3 testing. I'm going to be testing it outside in my phone in a while, so stay until the end of the video for that. So this is how it sounds. Let's switch back to my main condenser microphone. This is how it sounds, my main condenser microphone. It's much more bold or round sound. But again, it's a condenser microphone with 48 volts of phantom power, so it's a big deal. And again, I'm like really far from my microphone. I'm like two hands away. I don't know how to say this in English. Anyway, kind of far, and you still can hear me much better. But again, the microphone I'm using is about $60-70 by itself, and it needs the audio interface. So again, and let's change again. This is how it sounds, the Tonor wireless system. This is how it sounds, the Tonor wireless microphone. This is how it sounds. Changing back to my condenser microphone, this is how it sounds. Changing back to the Tonor wireless system, this is how it sounds. Okay, now I'm going to mute it again, and I'm going to disconnect the lapel microphone, and I want to show you how it sounds. This headset, this is how it's named, and I see many people wearing this the wrong way. This, and let me change cameras here. These things you see here are designed to rest on your ears. So you take this in this position and put it behind your head. Let me change cameras for that. You put it like this, and it rests on your ears, and it doesn't fail. It's very steady. This is very flexible. You can put it as close as you want to your mouth. Now remember, the Lavalier microphone was put around here, like a fist from my shin. This one is like 2 fingers, 1 inch, probably less than an inch at some point, from my mouth. So with the same gain here in the body pack transmitter, let me connect it. The volume is going to be much more louder. So let's see how that sounds. You already unmuted, so I'm going to put my main condenser microphone down and the Tonor wireless system up. And this is how it sounds. So as you can see, you can hear me much louder, and I can see the signals that are almost, but I actually clip a little there. I saturated the audio a little there. So you might want to put the gain here down. Instead of 30, probably put it back down to 20. I think there in 20 it's pretty good. I'm not clipping and still sounds very round, very loud. So as you can see, it's very influential how close the microphone is to your mouth. So it comes with this windshield. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers. It doesn't do an amazing job by rejecting plosives, but it, again, it's a $40 microphone. You can ask for more. And the signal is very clean. It's very good, I would say. This is how you should expect to sound. I do want to say that I have been using a noise filter reduction that my mixer has all the way. But it's just removing the environment noise. If I turn it off, you can see that you can hear all the noises of the chair, the shh of the environment, but still the microphone sounds good, really good. We're going to test it outside with my phone, and there I won't have the noise reduction filter. And again, this video is not edited. It doesn't have any audio addition to remove anything. I was just using, so until now, the physical noise filter that my mixer has that I can turn on and or off. So just for improving the quality of the video audio, I'm going to turn it on again. And again, it will only take away these room noise, because I'm in my office and my office doesn't have any sound treatment at all. So that's why you can hear all that hush. There you go. It only takes away the hush, the environment noise. So let me know what you think of the quality of the sound of this microphone. I'm personally using this system with the Lavalier microphone for the Wednesday night Bible studies here at the church. But, and I might show you that later, I'm probably in the edition of the video and put a picture here. The Bible studies, I do them just in the next room, through a wall, not a concrete or brick or blocks wall, just through a regular interior wall, which is probably made of platter and a couple of wood. So what was happening is that when I went to do the Bible studies, you can hear the signal okay, but after a while it would cut down. And I see a lot of reviews on Amazon saying that that happened. So this is not designed at all to go through walls. What I did was that I put a cable from my mixer down the door to the down on a door I have here that is shut below the door, and down in the floor I put the receiver. I put the receiver I show you. I put them there in the same room I'm doing the Bible studies, and since I did that, I haven't had any other issues. So bottom line, this system maybe can reach the 200 feet. We'll see that in a minute. But what it definitely doesn't do is going through walls, through objects, and still remain with a good sound and without interruptions. I have used it in the church sanctuary, and which is kind of medium size, and still works good. But again, no objects in the middle, open space, a clear sight, I think is the name. So if where your body pack is, can you see physically the receiver, you will have a good sound and no interference and no cut going on and off. That's my personal experience. So, okay, let's go outside. Let's try this in the outside and let's see if it really reaches the 200 feet or not. Let me just change one last time to my condenser microphone so you can compare the difference. This is my condenser microphone. It sounds a lot different, of course. So this is my condenser microphone, and this is how it sounds. And this is the Tonor headset. This is how it sounds. It is much more closer to my mouth, so more of my voice, less of the environment noise, at the difference of my condenser microphone, which is like 1.5 feet away from my mouth. And this is how it sounds. So I hope this gives you an idea of the quality of the sound and what to expect from this headset and also the Lavalier microphone. I think they're both the same microphone, actually the same cell. It's the same microphone. The difference is that this is much more closer to my mouth and this was farther. And that's the difference in sounds you are listening. Nothing else than that. So one last thing. If you are in a amplified environment, like a conference, like a church service, any type of environment that you are speaking and your voice has been amplified through speakers in the same room, I strongly recommend using this one, the headset, and not the Lavalier microphone. Why? Because due to the quality and sensitivity of this microphone, if you use it in an amplified environment, you might be able of using this, and I have done that actually in the church services, because it's closer to your mouth, so the gain can be reduced and you won't have feedback. You know, the sound of the speakers with your voice going into the microphone again and hearing that annoying sound, woo, it's very annoying. But with the Lavalier microphone that is on your chest, and you saw the test we did, you will have to raise the gain and the volume in order for it to work properly, and then you must sure you will have some feedback. So if you're recording something for social media, like the Bible studies I do on Wednesday nights, where there is no amplification, it's just for the recording purposes and for people on Facebook and YouTube to listen to me, this one will be perfect. You can raise the gain, and even the comments that people near to you do will be still hearable on the social media, on the transmission. Not as loud as your voice, but still it will be possible to listen to it. But that's I would say that if you're using the microphone in an environment that has no amplification, like the environment I use this on Wednesday night, which is a closed room with some 10-15 people there around me, and I don't need amplification, but this is the one to go. And even some of the comments of the people might still be able to have been listened to in the transmission. But if you're in an amplified room, then use this one. Closer to your mouth, it's much less possible that you get feedback, that annoying noise. So that will be the two uses I'll give to this. This one, the Lavalier, when it's only for recording purposes, for streaming online, for transmitting on social media, without having amplification in the place you are using it, and the headset for the places and environments in which you do have amplification. And the main reason is just the distance to your mouth and the level of gain you have to set them in order them to work properly and people can hear you. So that's my recommendation. So going back to my condenser microphone, this is the headset. See, it's very comfortable. At least for me, it works great. It does a great job staying there. You can move your head all you want and it will not go off. I think it does a great job in that. So let's stop with the chat and let's go inside and try this baby to see how far the signal can go without losing the signal or reconnecting, and let's see how it behaves. Hello everybody, I'm back in the office to show you the results of the recordings, and it's not very encouraging what I find out. So keep two things in mind. Let's go to the Premiere Pro to see the recordings, and it's not encouraging because the results are not good regarding objects in the middle and regarding the distance. But keep in mind two things. First, for this first test with the Lavalier microphone, I set the gain in 30 decibels. You could have 10 more decibels to raise the gain up to 40. But I decided to put it on 30 because of the distance the microphone is for my mouth and because I am outside, to avoid the noises and to reduce the amount of noise the microphone perceives. So keep in mind also that I had to do this with my mixer outside and my computer because I was not able to connect this device directly to my phone. And the reason is not because you can't do it, but it is because, let me show you this pretty quickly. The iPhone adapter I have from 3.5 millimeter to lighting cable is here. It has a TRRS female input, so it's waiting to receive a TRRS male connector, and the one I have, as you can see it right there, is a TRS. So TRS stands for tip ring sleeve. TRRS is tip ring sleeve. So it will have a fourth division here, another division, and creating 4 different contacts instead of 3 like this one has. So bottom line, that fourth space that is added with the third division is the contact for the microphone. So when you put this here, the microphone signal is going in by the signals of one of the audio channels, so that's why it's not working. Anyways, this is a male TRS and this is a female TRRS. That's why it didn't work. But you can use the device with a phone if you have an adapter that is female unbalanced quarter-inch instrument to a TRRS male connector, and then you would be able to put in that one here, and it will work from the quarter-inch unbalanced instrument connector to the lighting adapter. Just keep that in mind. That's why I couldn't use only my phone, because I don't have such an adapter right now. If you're interested in me showing you how to make one, which is easy and totally possible, let me know and I make a video for that. Write down in the comments below. So let's back to Premiere Pro and let's hear the results. Remember, for this test, I have the noise reduction filter option on, which is the option that doesn't allow you to hear all these environment noises. Let me put it back on. So I have that option on, and I have the gain set in 30 decibels. This is how it sounds. Okay, we're outside. Thanks God it's not a sunny day and I'm not burning here. So we're going to start the testing for the lavalier microphone of the Tonor wireless system. I have it down here on my pocket. You can see it. And we're going to start walking towards the end of the parking lot. So I'm going to turn around and start working. So the only thing between the receiver and transmitter is going to be my body. So, and that shouldn't be a problem, but maybe it is. So let's see how that goes. So I'm turning around. I am like 8-10 feet from the receiver now. And let's start working. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Tonor professional wireless microphone. So see the distance I am. I'm at the edge of my house front yard, and you can already perceive interference and the signal going in and out. So it's not doing well at this distance. And again, it only has my body in between the receiver and the transmitter. I know I'm fat, but it shouldn't be a big problem for this microphone, but it is. Just want to show you real quick how much that distance is. Give me a second. And the place in which the distance, I'm around this point in the parking lot, give or take a couple of feet. And when I was around here, only 57 feet, the signal starts to cut and in and out because I have my body in the middle. Okay, so only with 57 feet of distance, the signal is terrible. Let's go back to Premiere. You see, I'm still about around the edge of the front yard. That is actually no, I made a mistake. It's not here. It's here. So 30 feet, only 30 feet of distance, and the signal is already shutting down and having all this annoying interference. So let's keep with the video and let's see when I come back walking, see if it makes any difference. Anyway, the rest of the video, as you can see here on Premiere, it's completely muted. And then you start receiving signal again when I start walking back, like here. On the wireless mic. But it's very bad quality. It's intermittent. Let's go back here. Retesting. One. And walking. 1, 2, 3. Test. And around here, look where I am. I'm kind of after the edge of my house. 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. So that should be 1, 2, 3 around here. So I should be around here, 130 feet, 140 feet maybe. So around 140 feet of distance, while when I am facing the receiver, so when the transmitter and receiver are facing each other without anything in between them, let's change the scene, then you start hearing the audio with a more stable Tonor wireless microphone system with a Lavalier mic. Almost no cuts, almost perfect. And again, I'm about 100 feet away. Microphone. 1, 2, 3 testing. Tonor wireless Lavalier. No interference. System. 1, 2, 3 testing. I'm tired of repeating the same phrase. So I guess you can hear me. You should hear me at this distance. So I'm getting back to the initial point. And now I'm going to switch back. Okay. So bottom line, in this first test, the noise reduction feature of my mixer, this feature I just turned off, is doing a great job eliminating the environment noise. But again, if you don't have that, you can do that in post-production with Adobe Audition, whatever the audio editing software you're using. So let me turn it on again, so you don't have that environment noise. So the next test, I'm going to fast forward the video a little. is going to be with the headset at 20 decibel gain and without the noise reduction feature. So let's see the difference. From the lavalier to the head, I talk a little, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, and then I put on the headset. I'd had it on, so I explained that I thought I had it on, but it was off at the end of the day, blah, 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 blah. So here I should... A lot of my breathing there. There you go. Then I have there the headset on with the gain at 20 decibels and the noise cancellation feature is off. You can hear my breathing. Okay, we're back now with the headset on. One thing negative I have to say about the headset is that the wire... Now remember, this microphone is about 1 inch from my mouth. The noise cancellation feature of my mixer is off, and the gain is set to 20 decibels. And you can still have a decent quality of audio in spite that the noise cancellation feature is off, because the microphone is closed and the gain is lower. I'm just telling you that that's a way you can get different results playing or messing around with those different settings. It's shorter than the lavalier one. It is indeed a problem for me that the cable is shorter. It should be like 5 more inches, because it's like exactly, you don't have any extra. You can bend because it will pull the microphone. Anyways, it's very uncomfortable. And for some reason, it does the job, but maybe 5 more inches wouldn't hurt. It would be a good thing, because otherwise you have to put the body pack transmitter in a very specific position. So again, this quality of audio you're hearing is 100% natural. I haven't done any editing. Actually, I just put the file here in Premiere Pro and you're hearing it as it is. I'm not doing any post-production audio editing in this video. It doesn't give you a lot of freedom to move. So Tonor, 5 more inches of cable, please. Again, the fact that the gain is at 20 decibels and the microphone is so close to my mouth, it doesn't let you hear any environment noises, and the noise cancellation feature is off. So again, it has a good quality, a good sound quality considering the price. It won't kill the budget, okay? So again, we are here. I can see from here, but it's kind of we're getting it is annoying again to hear my breathing and all those things all the time. So you have to play with that. You might want to put the microphone a little away from your mouth, facing front instead of your mouth. You have to play with that. In this test, the previous test, the Lavalier one, it had the noise reduction feature of my mixer on. Now we have that noise reduction feature off, so you can perceive how this microphone behaves in the environment. And then open a space with cars going through the street, wind blowing, etc. Another detail is that I decreased the gain from 30 decibels to 20, because this microphone is much more closer to my mouth. Exactly, so what I told you. It doesn't saturate the sound. So let's test. Oh, the sound is coming out. I'm going to sweat. 1, 2, 3 testing. 1, 2, 3 testing. Now notice, pay attention to the minute I turn around and start working. So the minute the receiver and the transmitter has something in between them, things start going sideways. Turn around and start working again. Let's see if there makes any difference. You see? Boom. Nothing. The actual... now you got something for a while. It shouldn't make any difference. The transmission is the same. But you see that here, bad quality. And all this is muted, until I'm coming back, facing forward, and then it's my system. Again, I can hear noises. I have a school like 1 block away, and so around the middle of these 2 electricity poles, around here, this point is where I'm again listening to myself, and the transmission is again fluent. So if we go to the browser, between the two poles, that's around here, give or take, so 117 feet. So in a nutshell, don't take it beyond 100 feet. The manufacturer says 200 feet, but no, that's just advertising. It's not true, at least for this model I have. Nevertheless, I don't see the need of going beyond 100 feet with a device like this. Maybe you are in a very big setting, but again, if you're in a very big setting, you might want to buy a more expensive microphone, because again, for $40, I think it does a great job. Let's say it does 100 feet. It does a little more, but let's say 100 feet and nothing in between. So this microphone will work. You will have a good quality transmission within 100 feet margin, half of what the manufacturer says, actually, at least in my personal tests. So don't turn around, don't put anything in between, because you will suffer the consequences with the sound quality and the in and out, the cuts in the audio. Let's hear the rest of the recording. I can still hear the shouting of the kids in the playground. There is noises of birds and animals. There's cars going through the street here. So let me know in the comments what you think about the quality of these sounds. There is planes going all over my head towards the airport. So, and I'm back here. So let me know what you think about the quality of these microphones, the sound quality, the noise rejection, the plosive rejection, all that and all those S's rejection. Let me know. So I'm going to get back to the office and listen to all these recordings. Okay, and I already did that. So, bottom line, do I recommend? My final thoughts about the Tonor wireless microphone system TW621. I think it's a good product for its price. It's not a professional product at all, but it does gives us a good sound quality. If you mess around and make good decisions with the gain level and with the distance from your mouth to your to your microphone, if you mess with those two things, if you play with that, you can get good results. And again, it gives you wireless capabilities, and that's always a plus, because the possibility of moving without having to drag a cable is good. But remember, number one, you need to set the gain depending on if you use the headset or the lavalier microphone. Number two, be careful with the distance of the headset or the lavalier towards your mouth, in terms of how close it is, because of the plosives and the breathing. So you don't have this all those uncomfortable sounds. So you need to play with that and be careful with that as well. So if you are beginning a small church, small theater, or a small conference, and you want to record your lectures or classes that you're giving to a small group of person in a closed environment or in an open environment, can you use it? Yes. Keep in mind the connector is a 1/4 inch, so you will have to connect it to a portable speaker or to a sound mixer. But for the purpose it's designed to be used with those things and in those environments, I think it does a good job, especially for the price. Remember, let me put you the browser again with the Amazon link. It's $40. You can't ask for more. If you just look for a system like this that gives you 2 microphones and a good amount of hours of performance with only one charge, you can beat this. But again, the 200 feet range, that's a lie. It's not true. Maybe I should have tested changing the channels because it doesn't have multiple channels. Maybe that varies something, but again, for a normal user that is just wants to turn it on and go, that shouldn't be such a big deal. But again, you can try changing the channels here on the body pack transmitter and see how that affects the transmission, because maybe in the environment in which I try it, the transmission is the environment is charged with this such X frequencies, and then changing the channel might help. But anyway, I'm drawn to believe that it's simply because it's a cheap microphone. It's a cheap microphone. It does its job pretty good, but it's still a cheap microphone. So if you are in the church environment, in a small theater environment, in an open space environment, in a classroom, and you need to talk to people, and you have a portable speaker, or the place you are has a mixer and amplification, you can definitely use this, as long as the distance is no longer than 100 feet, probably for sure I would say 50 feet, and there is no objects in between. So if there is objects in between, I definitely not recommend it, because you saw what happened only with my body in the middle. When I turn around, it was a whole different story. So keep that in mind. And again, if you're going to use it for just recording, you can definitely use the Lavalier. If you're going to use it in an amplified setting, whether outside or inside, use the headset and mess around with the distance and the gain, because otherwise you're going to have feedback. So I hope this video is helpful. I'm going to leave you the link for this down below. It's not an affiliate link, so I'm not winning any money if you buy this through the link. I'm putting down below. I'm just leaving you the link. Okay, so have a nice rest of your day, and God bless you. Bye bye.